Now, first of all, Grian says you need to plan.
So let's start with the first step. Planning.
And get inspiration. Luckily, I've managed to found some. But the thing is, I'm going to make it so much bigger and pretty much completely out of woods to match the area. That just means I need a lot of this stuff. Now, this should be enough wood, but I mean, if it's not, I'm pretty sure we have enough saplings to keep us covered. But there's an issue, and that's that I don't know what this mega base is going to look like, because those images were only inspiration.
The biggest hurdle to overcome at this stage is figuring out what you would like to make.
So here's my plan. We get a big mountain. We have a big sort of center window here that's circular. Some like random rectangles and squares here that aren't in a specific order. So it looks like a little hobbit hole. But of course, this thing's going to be massive. Possibly like a little windmill outside. Yep, that's a windmill. With some wheat so we can keep the hobbits fed. Definitely a bunch of little details going around this whole thing to make it look really cool. And lots of little bits of bobs on the inside. We can also have like a little industrial zone down here with like a crane and stuff. Trust me, it will make a lot more sense in a couple minutes. But where do I build it? We need a mountain nearby. Nope. Too small, too weird shaped. Oh, this mountain's cool. It's just not wide enough. That was when I remembered that Grian said this.
Not every single mega build needs terrain, but our one involves a lot of terrain.
And so did mine. I was going to have to make this mountain a mega mountain. Hence why I collected up all the dirt I could find in my new storage room. But since I didn't have too much, I thought why not just make the skeleton with cobblestone? I've never really properly terraformed before, so I've got a feeling this is not going to go well. But the first thing I want to do is sort of connect this mountain and this mountain to form one giant mountain. And I think we do that by sort of connecting this middle part here. I think I need to start maybe making it a little bit steeper. Okay, it's not looking too bad. I can definitely start adding like texture and stuff after. We just need to get the base part done. Oh, of course. Now, of course, this is all going to be changed to dirt and stuff. It's not actually going to stay as cobblestone. But I think it'd be cool if I make this area up here flat for one reason. Remember that windmill I said about? Imagine this was a whole farming area with a windmill, a wheat farm. I think it would be cool. What I should do is just make the outline and then I can go fill it in with dirt. While doing this, I quickly realized that I did not have to fill this in with cobblestone. I could have just done the skeleton and then filled it in with dirt. A bit annoying, but safe to say I managed to get a bunch of it done. Then completely ran out of dirt. But I've just spent a whole 100 days making this area look nice. So we are definitely not grabbing the dirt from here. So I'm just going to empty these shulkers and go very far away. Now, at least when all this is said and done, my world will still look fine. Although this area won't. Now, yes, I may have went a little bit overboard on the dirt, but at least we'll be covered for the rest of the video. Now, all this can be turned into dirt, which is cool, but I still have this whole side to do. Now, do you know what's most annoying about this whole thing? I thought I had so much dirt, 6 shulkers, but now I'm realizing that that's nothing. Oh, and another thing. My shovel keeps getting extremely low, so I need to fix that. And doing this mountain is proving to be so much harder than I thought. And these guys, oh, don't even get me started on them.
The next stage is the skeleton build. What we're going to be doing now is taking just wool outlines to mark out just what I would call the skeleton of the build.
Alright, I can do that. All I need is some wool. I'm joking, Percy. I'd never do that to you. Although I am going to need a lot of sheep. So, where are they? You're not a sheep. Aha! Oh, what are you doing here, mate? You ain't taking my sheep. I saved your life. You belong to me now. Come on. Oh, another. I'm not sure why these cows are following me. I think I already have enough. Okay, I've got an idea. You guys just stay in here, and we're going to make a nice little pen just to keep all the sheep in. Because something tells me we're going to need a lot more than just these two. I think I need a bigger farm. That should do. Now, of course, the main part of this was using different colored wool, so each bit stands out, and the build was a lot easier to do. I didn't know which colors I'd need to use, so I just decided to get All of them. Starting with the easiest and pretty much working my way up to the hardest colors. Now, obviously for white wool, you need bone meal, but I mean, they're already white if you couldn't tell. I actually used to kill sheep for wool. I'm glad I learned from my mistakes. Now I'm going to do red next, because all you need are these little red flowers, which are very, 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 very easy to get. And then all we need to do is that, a bit of this, and a bit of this. And there we go. And obviously getting the yellow wool was pretty much just the same thing. And next up, the blue wool. I just had to get lapis, which I already had. Dye the sheep and then, of course, shear them. Now, brown wool is obviously a little bit different because I need cocoa beans. So time to pay a visit to the smallest jungle in Minecraft. Do you use an axe? You do. I don't think I need too many, which is good because I think that is literally it. Now just pop that here, turn it into dye. Guys, it's dye. It's not anything else that it looks like. You know what? I think we have too many sheep at this point. Now we just do this and of course share every single one. And there's some more added to the collection. Now black dye. I'm pretty sure we all know how to get that. Yo, ballistic squid, man.
Hello, everybody.
Honestly, I've got way too many sheep. More for the collection. And then pink dye, it's literally just flowers again. And as you know, the same thing with orange dye. Now we all know green dye, get a bit of cactus, cook it up. I had to travel like 4 hours in my last series just to get cactus, but luckily now I have a desert nearby. Oh, and then getting the rest of the wool was literally just combining other dyes. It was pretty easy. And now time for the skeleton of the build. So I started off by making the windows out of orange wool. I just love the idea of having this giant window in the center of the mountain with a cool long window going to the side so you could see the whole landscape. And then for the actual buildings, this purple circle here is going to be a giant tunnel going into the center of the house with some sort of bigger build next to it. I'm not 100% sure what yet. Thinking some sort of watchtower. I also added where the windmill was going to go. And I thought it would be so sick to have a barn here. I don't know what for. I just want one. These large and smaller grey areas are actually where the crops are going to go because this base is starting to turn into a bit of a farm. Don't ask me why, it just is. I thought it would be a good idea to mark out the entrances, so I changed that circle to blue and to put a cool little entrance going from the farm bit to the main part of the base. Also doing another little entrance on the smaller mountain and a bunch of sort of bridges slash stairs. I just want this base to be as hectic as possible. Oh, and I used green wool to mark out a couple of balconies because why not? Mr. Beacon, I must borrow you for a second, buddy. Why is that, you may ask? Oh, no reason. Well, actually, there is a reason. I need haste. I don't know why I'm saying there's no reason, because there is. So give me all of this. Thank you very, very much. And then we'll go and place the beacon all the way up here. Now, my friend, you need haste. This is about to be so useful because am I about to dig this hole all the way down to the bottom of the mountain? In the wise words of my friend Frank, absolutely. I'm so dumb. I should have been using efficiency 5, but I completely forgot. Okay, this is about to be so much faster. If this window lines up, I'll be extremely happy. Oh, this is so fun to just keep flying through. I'm actually going to be here all day, but I've got work to do. Come on, Grian, tell me what's next.
You may already know what blocks you want. A useful thing to do is to lay them out like this in a gradient.
The thing is, my block palette is quite basic. I just need oak, even more oak, dirt, cobble, stone brick, maybe some sandstone. Some spruce actually might look good as well. Oh, and we need glass if that wasn't obvious enough already. There's just one issue. Other than dirt and logs, I don't have any of these. So I had to go get shulkers because I pretty much had none. And then went around to getting every single material that I needed for this build. And in this next part of the video, Grian says to just do the walls. No texture, no detail, just the basic walls of the build. I really hope I've got enough logs for this because if I do, it's actually going to look insane. Now, obviously, I did the blocks for the rest of the build, starting off with the farms, just outlining those with stone walls. I did wood for the little balconies, and of course did these bigger structures, including the windmill and the barn. Obviously, they're not going to look anything like this, but it's just so I've got a shape to work with. I did the other buildings and actually cut out a big hole for this window because I realized I still needed to do that. Now, you're probably wondering what all these little squiggles are and all these little bits of wool. After doing the main parts of the build, Grian basically did all these little sections just to make the build look more interesting, more more intricate. So these pink parts are going to be like walls. And then all these blue, white, and grey parts, they're just going to be little buildings. Although there's one thing we need to change here. Okay, yeah, that's better. Now I actually have things to transform. In fact, I think these little towers are actually going to be the first things to transform. So I'm going to get rid of this wood and probably add it back after. And I need to make this thing an actual cool looking shape instead of this. I mean, first of all, I need to get rid of this dirt because it's just in the way. There we go. Now we can actually see a bit more of this thing. I think the best thing to do would be have like patterns going throughout. Some stairs here, slabs. Maybe carry on the slabs going all the way around this thing. Actually, let's shave off this corner. We'll have some stairs. I'm actually going to add this wood, but kind of like randomly. Although a button would look really cool right there. In fact, what about some stripped logs? Yeah, there we go. And now I think I'm just going to try and place things to make this thing look cool. Yeah, this will do. Now, as you can see, as the first one was finished, it sort of gave me the confidence to try and tackle all the other little pillars. As you can probably tell by now, building is not my strong suit, but I tried anyway. It did take a while getting all these little just random blocks and walls, having to place them in a certain way. It took ages. But eventually, all these little bits of the build were all finished, and it was time to move on to the bigger stuff. Now, next up, I was going to do the walls, but I completely forgot someone in the Discord won a competition, so I need to write their name in my world. There you go. Okay, well, I've done literally everything other than these big buildings. I've been procrastinating, to be completely honest, but there's nothing else to do. It's time to finally get them done. Maybe I should have placed all this wheat after I'd done the buildings. Oh well, I'll work around it. The reason I'm starting off with the small builds is because I know what they're going to look like. For example, this one's going to be like a little shop store thing. So we're going to have fences here. Okay, that's not what I meant. Wait, I think I've made this too wide. Okay, yeah, this is probably a bit better. Wait a minute. I'm going to use wool for the roof. Zetro, mate, you are a genius. This should look good, although we probably shouldn't have wheat in here. In fact, I'm going to add some torches because why not? I'm also just going to go ahead and build the same sort of thing here, like a little market stall, if that's what you want to call it. And then another one over up here as well. Now, once this barn is done, I'll tell you how long it took me, because this thing is going to take so long. But it's going to be worth it, because I'm going to try and actually make it look amazing. Three hours. And we're not even done there because I still want to add a little path going to this thing. First of all, I need to jump on all of these one by one and then shovel it all up. In fact, you know what, buddy? It is a farm. Let's get you in here. There you go. Oh, I'll take a chicken and a pig. Look at them. 3 best friends. But what do I do with this side? I think I've got an idea. Right, come on then. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Oh my god. Okay, this definitely was not a good idea. No, we're losing them. If we can get at least 10 in the barn, I'll be happy. Come on, stay with me. Come on, guys, hurry up. Okay, so how many sheep did we end up with? You guys, you had one job. Now, I think that's actually the mega base done. Does it look like a bit of a mishmash of random things? Yes. But it's my mishmash of random things. And is it really a mega base? I don't know, but it definitely is compared to my old house. I've tried, okay, rate it out of 10 if you want. It's practice, okay? It's my first proper build. I will learn from this. I was going to do the inside, but I think I'm going to live in my old house for now. But I've tried, and at least I got a bit more building experience now. I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.